Come on already. My Facebook fan page always takes a little longer than the Instagram. I think it's it. There it is. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Live from My Mother's Basement here in my North Hollywood studio. It's 5 o'clock here. It's 8 o'clock on the good side. But we're here in California. I just got back from Dubai. Took me 15 hours on a plane, but I'm doing what I have to do because I am so lucky and blessed that I actually timed this out so perfectly that I could have this guest on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kendra, Erika. I keep wanting to say the third name, but I won't.
The third name.
She's got many names.
Many names.
You're right.
Many
Is,
aliases.
is is Kendra Erika your name, or is it a stage name?
It is both it's my first and my legal first and middle name, and it's also my stage name.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing the 80s thing, like I'm having two first names.
That was an 80s thing?
Yeah,
Really? I
yeah.
didn't even know that. I know there's a lot of people out there with two first names, and I think that's cool as shit. I'm actually Michael Dominic.
You
Yeah.
are.
My middle name is Dominic. That's my grandfather's name, Dominic. And my
Ooh.
first name is Michael, which is my father's name.
Well, my dad's middle name is Land, so we always joke with him. We're like, whenever he's in one of his moods, we're like,
His name
oh,
is Land?
well, it's Fred Landfolmer,
Oh.
but whenever he's in one of his moods, my mom and I are like, oh, he took a trip to Fredland, you know.
It's
Um,
amazing that a lot of people will say, yeah, when you're in the mood, your name does change. Because when my mother was mad at me, it was Mike. But when she loved me and
oof,
she wasn't mad, it was Michael.
you get
Little Michael.
you get two syllables.
Yeah. You already got
when
people
you
saying, I'm Anthony Dominic. See?
yeah.
Well, listen, everybody, keep on writing in. We got a lot of questions that we're going to take from the callers later on in the show. We have a fantastic sponsor that we're going to talk about, and we're going to get into the career of Kendra and how we met and how this happened. So don't forget, while you're watching the podcast tonight, you kids send us some money. We love when the bell rings. Cashlito. Right? Really, my middle name is Cash. So if you want to do that, just go on Facebook
So
Live.
is
This is my fan
mine. It's my
page.
second middle name.
And you send us some hearts, some stars, and when the bell rings, we know that that's Cash. Cash. All right, so there's Anthony. My friend Anthony Arena is in Long Island, New York. I'm glad that you're writing in. I'm
Ooh.
glad you're watching this show. I do get your messages, buddy, but I've been traveling for so many hours. I just couldn't get back to everybody. I've been sleeping weird hours, and last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, I couldn't sleep, so I smoked a little weed. I got in my car, and I went and bought a Carl's Jr. Fat Burger.
Ooh, yeah.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So stay tuned, everybody. Hang out with us, and we're going to talk about everything and anything. But let's start off with how I actually met Kendra. Why don't you
Yeah.
take it?
Well, we are both co-starring in The Cherry Picker. Yeah, I did
I
just
didn't. I didn't.
say.
I didn't know I got a co-star.
I
Hey,
did just
hey,
say
hey! We're big time, man. We met on the set.
that. Beep
On
beep,
the
we're
set.
here. Beep beep.
I've never done that in my whole video career. Hey, what am I doing? I like that. We're here.
We're here. Beep beep.
That could mean a lot of different things.
It could, yes.
All right.
So we met on set in Miami of The Cherry Picker, a new movie that Ciro DiPaggio, the man Ciro, what up?
See, let's go back even further.
Yeah, let's go back even
There is
further.
a wonderful gentleman in the industry now who has an incredible background, not so much of being in show business, but of being in a weird situation. He comes out of that situation and he makes a movie called Mob King or The Mob King. And with the odds stacked against him, like everybody in show business, because it's very difficult to pursue a career in what we do, whether it's singing, comedy, or making movies, it's an overcrowded field and it can be very difficult. So here comes this guy, Ciro DiPaggio. He makes a movie called The Mob King and he makes a TV series called Silent Partners. Lo and behold, last week he was in Cannes and it screened and everybody loves this movie. You guys are going to see it. It's going to be
Très
everywhere.
magnifique.
It's magnifique, if I said that right.
Yeah.
And they're actually having a big screening tomorrow night in Miami. So you probably could squeeze in and check this out. It's going to be a red carpet, star-studded affair. And are you familiar with where it's going to be?
It's at the Hard Rock Hollywood, which is the big guitar monstrosity there. So you can't miss it. It's like a beautiful sore thumb in the sky, and it's just a great venue to host something like the Mob King.
If you're familiar with this, the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel, I think it's a casino, is in Miami. It's shaped like a big, big guitar. It's got pools, jacuzzis. And tomorrow night, I believe around 7 o'clock, they're going to premiere it. You get to see this movie. And there's going to be a big after party. Going to be a lot of celebrities, a lot of muckety mucks. They're all going to be down there. So if you're going to be in the area, and you could also follow our friend Ciro DiPaggio. He's probably going to write in a little bit because he's watching,
Yes.
hopefully. So he starts making another project. It's called Cherry Pickers. It's kind of a spoof on.
It's a spoof on what's actually going on now, like a lot of cherry pickers in the industry, and that's why this whole writer strike is happening, is because originality is a lost strength in entertainment now. So that's why he wanted to make this project, to basically have a piece of intellectual property shed some awareness and light on this particular issue, and also have a cinematic and comedic flair to it.
One of the coolest things about the project is we all know that in every business there's someone who steals. They take something that don't belong to them. It could be an idea. Well, because we can't copyright certain things, but Cherry Pickers is based on, let's say, a TV show stealing from another TV show and then putting it out without the other people knowing.
Yes.
I happen to be lucky enough to go down there and be on the set and play a character that is actually starring another person who plays that character. I didn't even know that. I thought I was going down there to be me and do my podcast. When I went down there, he goes, "No, we want you to impersonate him because this is who he's stealing from." I'm like, "Okay, bring it. Let's do this." So I get to play a real asshole. How did it come to you?
So Ciro and we met many years ago, about 6-7 years ago, when he was first premiering Mob King as a series, as episode by episode. And we met at this event in Boca at this mansion party, because that's where his premiere was happening. And he overheard an interview that I was giving, and he was like, and he pointed out to me later on, he said, you just were so profound in what you were saying. And at that point I was like, I'm gonna work with this bitch, later on. So and as time rolled on, he was developing the Mob King. He was like fortifying it, and of course the whole last 2 years of the pandemic really caused some some stalling, but when the Cherry Picker was being formulated, he authenticated a role in there for a pop star EDM singer who is the girlfriend of this, Hollywood scammer writer.
That scammer writer, was that the guy I was imitating?
That's
The guy with the tank top and he
Kane.
Kane.
Yeah.
And then I come in and I have to be him in another scene with somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh wow, because we didn't get to do a scene together.
No.
But if that goes, that means I probably would.
Yes.
Wait, no, then that means you would be playing somebody else and I'd be that guy.
Someone would be playing me.
Oh, that's so
in
nuts.
this. Yeah. So
it's a great project, man. You got to see this.
And one of something that I love about Zero is that he authenticates the role to fit that particular actor or person, because he really dives really deep into the personality of that person. And so he created this role, and he was like, Kendra can play this. So
yeah,
that's what I.
But that's great. So when you went down there to make this project, it's also because not only you're an actress, but you can actually sing.
Yeah. So yeah, I can. And so that's how that all came to be.
A couple of weeks ago, folks, I was performing at the Tropicana in Las Vegas, Nevada. and Kendra happened to be out in Las Vegas as well, and we happened to go to a karaoke bar. And a lot of comedians like to go up there and sing. There was a lot of people from the other shows. Prince was in there, and Michael Jackson was in there, and they're singing. Well, here we are with Kendra, and without any hesitation, she just grabbed that microphone and said, "Watch out, bitches," and started belting out this great song. Everybody was blown away. It's fun watching the audience because they're like, "Oh, she's a pro." I'm like, "Yeah, no shit." And she sang one of my favorite songs from
I did Dreams from Stevie Nicks.
well, didn't the whole band do it?
Fleetwood Mac. Yeah.
Fleetwood Mac. So she does the song, and it was just so fucking great.
Well,
So tell us the beginning. Where'd you start your career?
I started my career in Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh, so you're a Boca girl, huh?
Yes.
No kidding.
Yes. So
Love Boca Raton. It's badass out there. It's nice.
yeah, Boca's nice. I started my career there in just growing up doing community theater, school theater. Any chance I would get, I would be in front of an audience or in front of the camera. However, I was born tone deaf, so I couldn't really carry a tune. And also, when my parents would have dinner parties, I would always get up and sing, but then it would be a buzzkill because I kind of ruined the dinner party.
Is there a such thing? Somebody told me there's no such thing as tone deaf. Now, I was told I was tone deaf my whole life, but most people said I was told I was tone deaf because my brother Paul says it. No professional person ever came up to me and said, "You're tone deaf." But I have been the opening act for many singers, and they always say, "Hey, why don't you sing the closing song with us? Come back out on stage." And I was like, okay. And they're like, "Yeah, we're going to shut your mic off, but you could just pretend."
You were just,
So there really is a such thing?
yeah, well, I couldn't really carry a tune. Like I would sing, and I would have the confidence to do it, which is I think more than half the battle if you're gonna be a performer. But not necessarily not necessarily the skill set, but I had the confidence. And it just took it just took a matter of time. When I was like 8 or 9 years old, for my mom and my dad to be like, "We need to get her, squared away."
So you knew you were tone deaf at 8 years old?
Well, I didn't know, but
Oh, they
everyone
knew.
else.
I never knew. I thought I sounded great.
I know.
What? I mean, can anybody really have a bad pitch when you're a child?
It's possible. I did it.
Really?
Yeah. So I was then introduced to a Berlin professional German opera singer by the name of Gisbert Hoyer down in Fort Lauderdale, and he is like he's been the miracle worker for me because of the classical training. It sets such a foundation for you. So, and me being 8, 9 years old, I was so amenable and I absorbed it like a sponge. And so I was able to really take to the training, and from there, just my voice started building little by little. I got on pitch, and from then on out, I was, in school productions and community productions, and I was singing whenever I could in competitions. I won first place and a couple of times in the Future Stars talent competition down in Boca Raton, Florida, and also in other competitions as well. And when I was 15, my parents and I went to Renzo's in Boca Raton, Florida.
Renzo's?
Yeah, Renzo's. Here we go. This is gonna be a story that you're gonna like. So, and actually, I think Silent Partners was filmed in Renzo's.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, in that restaurant. Or
There was an Italian restaurant. Well, of
well,
course.
it's called
I forgot where we were.
It's called Novello now.
Right.
But yeah, Casero told me that it was filmed at that restaurant. So, and I saw it when I was watching it. I was like, I know that place, or not that place. I know that joint. So it was karaoke night one Sunday night at Renzo's, and my parents and I we stopped in, and I got up and I did Andre Bocelli's "Time to Say Goodbye."
Oh,
I did
it's
that.
the greatest song ever.
I know, but I got up and I did that, and I can humbly say that there was a standing ovation
Yes.
at when I got done singing it, because they were like, "Damn, that 15-year-old had to hold out that long note at the end. Shit, like she can do that." So, at
On pitch.
on pitch, yeah, wasn't under or high. Um, but Renzo comes over at the end with 2 glasses of wine for my parents, and he goes, "I have a proposition."
That Italian guy saying, I got a proposition. Hey, listen, baby, you're going places. Go ahead.
He goes, "I have a proposition." He goes, "My Sunday night singer, she got knocked up. She got pregnant, so she can't come in anymore. So how would you like to become the singer every Sunday night?"
Yeah.
I was 15 and I was like flummoxed. And I was like, but I only know like maybe 7 songs at that time. And I took the opportunity, and like I spent a matter of like 2 or 3 weeks just building up my repertoire to throw in a bunch of Frank Sinatra, Billie Holiday, like Sade, light hits, like anything that the Boca Raton patrons from New York and New Jersey would love. So
Yes. It's
so
a
I
great,
had
great
to
Italian crowd down there in that area, especially
great
from New
Italian
York and New
crowd.
Jersey. They love their Sinatra.
So from there, I started singing at Renzo's for from age 15 till I was 21, and then the restaurant got was sold off. But from singing at that restaurant, that gave me so many opportunities, because then owners of other restaurants would come in,
Yup.
and then they would be like, "Hey, we want you for Saturday night or Friday night," and so it just built that word.
So then you
In the community.
you'll end up getting private parties. You get to see at weddings. Sometimes you get to sing
Yeah,
at funerals. You start cashing in. So that was really great that this guy from Lorenzo's actually helped you go over the top like that.
yeah,
I hope you're still friends with those guys. So this is
sure
where you're
am.
starting. You're singing, and people are starting to notice you. And then you
Yeah,
decide you want to be in this business at 100%. You're going wherever you got to do to make it happen, right?
yeah, and I from singing so many covers, I was like, I was always interested and fascinated by the songwriting aspect of things.
Hmm.
So that's when I through a manager I was working with down there, he introduced me to this one guy, Fabian Hernandez, who is a spitting image of Captain Jack Sparrow. Like he's like the island version of Captain Jack Sparrow, like dreads and everything. And he's like the mayor of South Beach. Like we walk around, people be like, "Hey, Fabian." So, but he honed in on my and cultivated my songwriting skills,
He's your mentor.
and my mentor. Yeah. So, and from there, he put me with producers that I was working with, the David and Johnny Yolka, and Rodriguez, who works very candidly with Barry Gibb and Samantha Gibb. So, and did some stuff with Boston as well. But I was introduced to those producers, and then from then those connections then led into a team in New York that I was working with, and then finally that team led me into the LA
Yeah,
collaborators that
the
I was
LA
working.
scene.
The LA
We're all
scene,
here now.
yeah. So it basically was, it essentially was like a door to a window, window to a door to a window.
So are you creating your own music?
I am. Yeah.
Yes. So this led to writing your own songs and
Yes.
doing your own um, music.
My own music, yeah.
Well, we see you on the internet. I see what you got going on. I saw you kill it when we were in Vegas. We were all just like blown away because she ends up getting the microphone and she starts singing like it's no big deal. Oh, it's no big deal. Then all of a sudden she owned the fucking place. Start walking around, teasing people. Everybody's getting their cameras out, going, "Holy shit, this girl could sing!" And I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, she's with us. She's with us.
She's with us,
We
yeah.
brought her here." All right, Prince guy, get away, get away.
This guy.
There's a guy who does the Prince review.
Yeah,
He was all over everybody. You got to talk to you.
Yeah, where Carrot Top at?
Yeah. He's down the other end of the strip with a fake mustache.
Yeah.
From Florida, now you're here in Los Angeles. How long
Yes.
ago did you come out here?
Well, permanently, I moved out here in the beginning of October of last year. However, I've been back and forth for 8 years, and I was gonna move here in 2020, and then I saw what went on in the world, and I was like,
Yeah.
no.
It's rough out here, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen. Everybody thinks that this is always like, easy peasy. People come from around the world to be
Yeah.
here, all with the same dream, success. I mean, you can jump in a cab and he'll say, "I got a script I want you to read."
Mhm.
You know, but I'm glad that we met. I'm glad that you came
Yeah.
on the show. I'm glad that we got to hang around. She came to one of my shows. It was here in Los Angeles,
It
then
was,
over in
yeah.
Vegas, and of course we're going to be working on this project Cherry Pickers together. But while you're here in Los Angeles, are you doing any live shows where everybody can go check you out?
Yeah, I have some scheduled and in the works in summer and also in early fall as well. And I also have some Vegas shows as well. But as far as Florida goes, I have a show in Cocoa Beach on June 17th.
Well, that's
So,
coming up.
Yeah, so stay tuned for any promo that I'm going to be putting out.
We're
as
gonna
far as
do.
that
We're gonna
goes.
promote the bejesus out of
Ooh.
Kendra while we're sitting here talking and having some fun. And I always wished I could sing. You know, they always say that comedians want to be rock stars want to be comedians. I guess everybody wants to be further along in this show business career. I mean, I can't sing, but I like being on stage with singers. I was telling you about the 4 singers that came on my show and the way they just started singing, because they sang a cappella,
Yeah.
but I guess they harmonize, and they do that. So, can I put you on a spot or no?
Sure.
Want to
Yeah.
sing a song?
Yeah, I can be on the spot, on the dot, like
No, I
yeah.
just put you on the spot
Yeah,
because
yeah, you
everybody's
did.
saying, let's hear one of the songs. Now,
Oh,
I'm a huge fan of the song that she sang in Vegas. So I could ask you to sing, a portion of that song. You don't have to sing the whole thing, or you want to sing one of your original tunes. Or did I just make everybody wonder what song I'm talking about? It's just such a classic song. I mean, do you admire Stevie Nicks? Is she a favorite of yours?
yeah. Well, actually, one of my former managers was working very close knit with Stevie Nicks. So I was like, that's strange. But like we were talking about how everyone underestimates the divine alignment. Like similar energies attract similar energies, and that's how it just works.
Yeah, I got to be looking into that a little bit more often because sometimes I go down the wrong streets. I mean, I do a thing called the morning walk. I get on my Instagram every morning, and I was really doing it during the pandemic to stay in shape for myself because, I'm a little heavy. I travel way too much. I mean, 15 hours on a plane on a Monday, 15 hours on another plane the following Monday coming in the other direction. It takes you 3 days really to get back to being normal. And in 3 days, I'm jumping on another plane going someplace else. I mean, I flew yesterday to here, and I'm flying out of here tomorrow, and I'm coming back on Sunday.
Oh my! And then you have the cruise, right?
Yes.
Oh my!
And then I sleep on the cruise.
You sleep
I
on
just
the cruise.
sleep. But so it could be really brutal. And then we want to do radio. All entertainers want to get on the radio. You want to do all the podcasts as you can. You want to brag about your career as much as you can to get people to come and watch and see what you do. And then sometimes you get on somebody's podcast and they throw you a curveball and say, can you just sing now? Could I?
Yeah.
All right. Let's set it up. I always admire people who write songs. I never even realized that I actually write my own jokes. I just feel like I'm just talking. And then I realized, wait a minute, I wrote that. That is hilarious.
I
But
do
how
that
does anybody
too.
write a song? You do?
Yeah.
About your own songs?
No, about my own jokes.
Oh. Good for you. I can't believe I wrote that. Or I said it. All right. So how do you come up with a song? Do you want to tell us about a song that you want to sing a little bit, or you want to do that Stevie Nicks song, or you want to just sing for the next 45 minutes?
Shit, I gotta go. 45 minutes.
Hey, you know what? It could be uncomfortable because, who sings without a band? And when you do sing, you sing with the band?
Mostly with tracks, but usually I do with the band as well. So.
Well, you have a great presence on Instagram. I see everything that you're doing, and you seem like you got some really great music. And sometimes there's guys like us, we're making projects, we like to borrow that music. Or is that cherry picking? Cherry picking.
Just let me get the copyright.
So, what's the song that you're talking about now that you wrote? And I'm pretty sure I saw it on Instagram.
Well, the song that I recently, well, not the song that I wrote because he would be turning in his grave if I said that I wrote it. But Witchcraft just released the
Right.
Frank Sinatra cover.
Yeah.
But Frankie Boy, he didn't write it either. Cy Coleman and Carolyn Lee wrote it, but he still performed it originally, so he has that performer's credit. But that just released last Friday. So, and like I said before, on loading up and stocking up on all my Frank Sinatra in my developmental years, I wanted to go back to my roots and authenticate something. And this is certainly not a departure from the pop and EDM stuff. This is more of like a territorial expansion and just showing the versatility.
Well, can this be the setup for Witchcraft?
Yeah.
All right, then.
Those fingers in my hair, that's like come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare, it's witchcraft. And I've got no defense for it, the heat is too intense for it. What good would common sense for it do? 'Cause it's witchcraft, that crazy witchcraft. And although I know it's strictly taboo, when you arouse the need in me, my heart says yes indeed to me. Proceed with what you're leading me to.
Oh, that is so badass. You guys hearing that? It just sounds so angelical, so smooth. Hey, listen, while I was listening to you sing, I started thinking about some of the places where I was the opening act. And they're jazz and blues clubs. One is called Vibrato. Are you familiar with it?
I am. I love that venue.
Okay, so Vibrato. And then there was another one that I was opening for the singers called the Catalina Club.
Oh, I've heard of that one too.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been to Vibrato. I haven't been to Catalina yet, but.
Well, we got to get you a gig at those places. Then maybe I can get on stage with you. These places that I just mentioned are some of the oldest, coolest, baddest, legendary jazz and blues clubs in Los Angeles, California. Vibrato is owned by, in the Tijuana Brass. What's his name?
My friend Diana knows the wife very well.
Yes, there's a daughter that works there. They're all named after musical instruments. I've performed there many times as the opening act for Dean Martin's daughter Dina. I was there with Robert Davi. I was there with Joey Gian. The Catalina Club, the same.
Yeah.
Mike Boyd. They all do, let's say, a review of either Sinatra or some other classical tunes, or maybe even their own songs. But the places are just so cool. The food is great. The vibe is badass. A lot of celebrities. It's in Bel Air.
Yeah, Bel Air.
Who am I thinking of? It was Dum 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 and the Tijuana Brass. It's his club.
Yeah, and named after a
Shit.
musical instrument.
Well, the kids, their like name is like Adagio or
Yeah.
stuff like that.
what's it?
You're getting a lot of good compliments.
It's like
this
right
is great.
here. It's like right here.
Herb Albert.
Herb Albert, yeah.
Herb Albert's Vibrato in Beverly Hills. And I used to go there with Robert Davi. Man, what great times. Because very seldom will you see a comedian at places like that. But they do a Rat Pack style show, so it fits.
Ooh.
And I get to do some jokes and
Yeah.
have a nice steak dinner that costs millions of dollars. So, boy, it would be so cool if we could get you to play in there. In fact, Ciro should film in there because these places are just gorgeous.
I think I know he needs to film
Yeah,
in
right?
there. Yeah.
And he can film you.
Yeah.
And I'll just come out dressed like a waiter. It's so badass. If you people only could understand, very seldom will I stand in front of a 22-piece orchestra. I don't sing. But they're playing, and they play the comedian on, and they have to sit there. And I do 20 minutes, half hour of jokes, and they go, and now! And then you introduce the singer.
And
And a
now.
little tuxedo, and you're feeling cool as shit.
And now we've got Bitchcraft.
That's a great song. Look at
Yeah.
everybody. You guys want to hear another song? Ciao, Tommy. How you doing? Hello, Kevin. Send me some money. Send us some likes. Send us some stars. You could do it right here on Facebook. Where's Mike Marino? He does it all the time. Let's hear that bell ring. I love when I have a guest that comes on the show actually can do something different than what we normally would do. Your voice is fantastic. We were just so blown away when you sang out there in Las Vegas. What a treat. So how about that song?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. But listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad. In the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost and what you had, what you lost. 1, 2, 3, oh. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Prayers only love you when they're playing. Say women, they won't come and they won't go. When the rain washes you clean, you know. You know.
Wow, isn't that great? I bet you everybody was waiting for me to just join in. No, it ain't gonna happen. It's not
Come on,
something I
Mike,
can
let's
do. No, it ain't gonna happen. That is so damn cool. I wish I could sing. And you were tone deaf? Come on.
Yeah, I know. I think that that German opera really really helped.
The German opera guy.
You sound like Scheiße, Victor Scheiße. Like
He sounded like that? He talked like that?
he was strict, yeah.
Oh.
Like he would curse at me when I was like 10. He would be like, "You sound like Scheiße." I was like, "What's Scheiße?" He's like, "Ask your mother," because my mom's German.
I don't even know what that is.
It means shit in German.
Scheisse?
Scheiße, yeah.
Scheisse.
And fick the Scheiße is like fucking shit.
The fick the shit the Scheisse.
Yeah.
But this is really cool. Well, as everybody out there knows, my producer, Tatiana Bluchel, is German. She's from Germany. And you got to meet her and her husband,
lovely
Cody.
individual, and so is her husband.
They're the ones who produced this podcast. They were over here this afternoon. We were taking all new pictures for the new swag that's coming out. You guys will get to see this. It's going to be all over the internet. We're not going to put it out until it's ready.
rolling up.
We're rolling. I like that. I never did that. We're
We're
rolling.
rolling up, beep beep.
So big special shout out to my producer, Tatiana, for always making this a great show. Thank you so much. I know they're watching the show right now because they just left a little while ago after we were doing that great photo session. If you had the choice, what would you prefer if there's a preference? Because people ask me this all the time.
Right.
What would I prefer to do? Act or be a live performer, stand-up comedian? There's the money. Send us that. What did we get?
I like
100,
that sound.
100 stars. All right, we made 50 cents. Keep that money coming.
I like that sound.
Yeah, see, Tatiana just said I'm watching.
Ring my bell.
Yeah, ring the
my
bell. My bell, ring it, ring it. So
That's great.
we learned how to say in German because Tatiana's watching. How do we say it? Schitze?
Fick the Scheisse.
Fick the Scheisse, you ficking Scheisse.
Yeah. I know. And,
Fick the
and
Scheisse.
eat your schnitzel.
Eat that schnitzel. I love schnitzel. What's eat schnitzel? Oh, that's not dirty, is it?
No, it's a dish. It's like it's veal.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I thought schnitzel was a cake. Money!
Money.
Send him more money, Mike. I was going to say, what would you prefer, singing or acting?
Wow. This is a hardball question. I mean, I always say that I'm leaning more towards the acting side because I feel like it's more expressive and you can channel more.
More obtainable?
Yeah, well, because the current music industry right now is very saturated. So going down the path of least resistance is going to have to be the acting side. I would gauge just from my discernment. But I mean, they both go hand in hand. I mean, look at Barbra Streisand,
Well, Barbra Streisand, Madonna.
Madonna, yeah.
We were talking about Madonna earlier. I wanted to tell you, and you had mentioned this before, about 80s music. In Dubai, they were playing 80s and early 90s everywhere.
Were they?
Everywhere. It was the weirdest thing.
Because it's coming back. I mean, look at what happened with Kate Bush's Running Up That Hill.
Right.
That made a massive resurgence from Stranger Things and from TikTok virality.
Yes, a lot of TikTok videos have,
Yeah.
what's that? What is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
And even
That's like everywhere now.
Even Dreams had a resurgence because there was this guy like sipping on a Coca-Cola, like skateboarding, and he had the song playing in the background. And also Lady Gaga's Bloody Mary. That song has been out for like 10 years now, but because of the Wednesday Addams series and her little dance that she had, and that then leaked over into TikTok, like that song has been refurbished.
The 80s, just absolutely the best. No cell phones, no podcasts, no internet, no FaceTime, no Facebook, no crimes, no problems, and just a great old time. I mean,
Where are you going? I'm going out.
yeah. She just quoted a joke. Thank you very much. I'm very flattered. Where you going? Out. Where out? Out, out. Out, out.
Yeah.
Don't ask me where I'm going. If you ask me where I'm going, I'm going to lie to you. That's the way we used to talk. I'm going to lie to you.
Now people tag where they're at.
Yes.
It's like
Here I'm here. I made it. Everywhere.
I'm eating sushi, like me.
Wow. I keep putting people on blast because yesterday I was in the airport and I like to go live and videotape people who are doing something they shouldn't be doing. So there was this guy sitting next to me. He was talking so loud into his phone. So I just pick up my phone and go, oh, that's right. What an asshole. Yeah, I hate these people. I start talking. They never even look at the fact that I'm doing what I'm doing. They just think they're in their own world. It's crazy. But so how long you been out here now in California?
Permanently for about 7 months since last October.
So you made the move.
Yeah, I did. Well, because I just being in Florida and having to do the back and forth so much, and whenever I would get back home or get back to Florida from being in LA, I would always get a call being like, hey, we have something, can you come back? And so I needed to be closer to the source and closer to the land of opportunity and closer to where like my
showbiz.
Just closer to where my creatives are, my managers, my consultants, my studios. So I just needed to be a car drive away as opposed to a JetBlue away.
Well, I've had this place here in North Hollywood for quite some time, and I'm very lucky and blessed that I have this situation. I do own my home in New Jersey, which everybody knows that's where we do live from my mother's basement, and that's kind of where it originated from because during the pandemic, I couldn't get out and go do what I wanted, so I actually sat behind the bar and I came up with this show with my partners in crime. So I'm really happy that I do. And since then, I think we're well over 320 somewhat podcasts that everybody could see once we're done recording, always on my YouTube channel, Spotify, Anchor, Google, all that crazy great stuff. And I'm saying that we're also recording for Italian American Radio in New York City. Let's do a nice big shout out to my new sponsor for tonight because a lot of people are asking questions right now, and I want to get to that. Someone asked me about my other sponsor, which was Zeppelin. Oh no, this is acupuncture. All right, I'm a very lucky guy. I got a lot of great sponsors. I wore the wrong shirt. This shirt was made by tonight's sponsor, who's made many, many shirts for me many, many times. And since we have great sponsors and people who make these great shirts, we could do whatever we want. So if you would like to sponsor a podcast, or you would like to sponsor a live show, or maybe you want to come on the show, it's very easy to do. All you have to do is write to my producer, Tatiana Bluchel, at MikeMarinoEntertainment@gmail.com and let her know what you're thinking. You could also get in touch with me at MikeMarinoLive@gmail.com. And we always hope that all the fans watching the show will just write to MikeMarinoFans@gmail.com. What does it entail? Well, we do big shout outs and we do big videos and we do press and popularity contests and all kind of crazy stuff for a sponsor, whether it be food, whether it be shirts, whether it be clothing or perfume. See, I'm trying to get you a sponsor.
Perfume.
Perfume.
Yes,
We need
yes.
some perfume.
Yes.
She'll even write the song and I'll play the jingle on the drums. So tonight, we got a brand new sponsor. It's Minutemen Press. Now, I've worked with Minutemen Press many times. Minuteman Press. They make shirts. They make printings. They do marketing. They do designs. They moved from Westfield, New Jersey recently to Clark, New Jersey, but that's very, very close in proximity. They're very close to each other. I'm actually wearing a shirt made by Minuteman Press. It says Marino 2024, which you can purchase at MikeMarino.net. We have a lot of new shirts that are coming out. I was going to get her to wear one of the Marino 2024 shirts on the show tonight, but she looks so much better in this beautiful sports jacket.
I look like I'm from Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
McDreamy.
I had a McFlurry.
McFlurry, yeah.
Got it at McDonald's. So they make great shirts. They make great apparel. They specialize in both screening and embroidery. You can get these shirts from Minuteman Press. I'm going to be talking about them throughout the month and in the beginning of next year and beginning of July because they're coming to a bunch of shows that I'm going to be doing in New Jersey, okay? And if you log on to their website and you place an order, use the name Mike Marino and they'll give you 10% off. Are you ready for the information? Here it comes. They are now in Clark, New Jersey. This is so New Jersey. See in the notes? They're next to Manny's Diner. Come on. That is so New Jersey. We just got hungry. Minuteman Press is 1120 Raritan Road in Clark. Oh, I keep saying, that's it. Clark. Raritan Road in Clark, New Jersey, next to Manny's Diner. I do know the diner. God, I want to go home and get a pork roll, egg and cheese on a hard roll.
Hard roll.
The phone number for Minuteman Press is 908-857-4644, or you can email them at NJ, which is New Jersey, NJ213 at Minuteman Press. You want to ask for Jim and his son Seamus. These are really, really great people. They always come over my house and they like to have pizza with me. So again, thank you so much to my brand new sponsor, Minuteman Press today, Clark, New Jersey, a full-service printing salon. I got one of the shirts on. If you order from them, use promo code Mike Marino when you get in touch. Call them at 908-857-4644. And again, their email is NJ213. I don't even know where 213 is. I thought that was California.
I thought so too.
NJ213 at Minuteman Press, and ask for the boys, and they'll hook you up. I just made myself hungry by talking about the diner.
Yeah, I as soon as you said that, I got a whiff of like maple syrup and French fries.
Yes.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Well, that's maybe
I
Florida.
I like to paint the
That's a good
situation.
picture.
Yeah,
Maple syrup on pancakes. I don't know where the French fries came in.
because they're always at a diner, but they're always there.
All right, we're going to take in some questions right now from my guest. And right now, we got a question: what's happening with Zapelamix? Zapelamix is still on sale, Anthony. All you have to do is go to www.zapelamix.com, use promo code Mike Marino, and they'll give you a discount. But they're still selling Zapelamix. Zapelamix is the Italian donut you get at festivals.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was sponsoring the show for a little while, and he's still out there, and these guys are still looking to buy some of that stuff, which is really, really great.
I thought that question was for me because I was like, Zapel, is that like a DJ who's remixing my song? Like,
Funny. No, it's not. Let's get some questions for Kira while she's sitting here.
Kendra.
Kendra? I don't even know. Kira wrote into the show.
Kira. I was like, Kira Knightley.
Hi,
like,
Kira.
I'm like, we were
Who's
just
Kira Knightley?
we were just talking about Jack Sparrow, so Pirates of the
Yeah.
Caribbean, and Kira Knightley could
That's
have.
still there. No,
it
somebody
could have
named
slipped
Kira
in.
wrote.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Mike, remember when I first discovered your comedy about the bit Italian Family Feud? Great work, my friend. Well, thank you very much. Let's have some questions for Kendra,
Yeah.
and she could tell you where she's going to be performing on the July. Is it July or June?
June 17th in
June
Cocoa
17th,
Beach,
Cocoa Beach,
Florida.
Cocoa Beach, Florida, where Carrot Top's from.
Yeah.
I knew that.
And where
Melbourne Beach.
and also where Steve-O is from too.
I don't know who that is. Who's Steve-O?
Jackass dude.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, he sniffed wasabi up his nose.
My nose can't handle that.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Is G.I. Giovanni going to show up Friday night? Yes, he is. Thank you so much for that question. I'll make sure I bring him. We were just talking to Kendra a little while ago about that box filled with the G.I. Joe dolls. So this is where the questions are starting to come about that little series that we do. We're going to get
see a little
Kendra.
sneak peek about
Yeah,
it.
maybe we can get her to be a voice of one of the dolls. What was the doll?
Midge.
I don't even know who Midge is. Who's Midge?
There was Barbie, Skipper, Midge, and then who was the other one? There was another gal involved in that crew. But yeah, all the men are non-binary.
Oh my gosh. Here we got some letters coming in from Toronto, Canada, from my friend Mai Stugats. There's Senor Tommaso, who is actually in Boca Raton. And here comes another question over here from James McCluskey. Any songs in the works, and are you going to play New York and New England?
I do have new songs in the works. Actually, last week I did a song with Damon Sharp, who I've done all my Billboard stuff with, that has charted and went to #1 with. And let's just say I had my releases planned out for the rest of this year, and then I did this one with Damon, and it shifted all the priorities. So I'm like, yeah, because this one is definitely banger status. And then later on this week, I'll be in the studio with Dave Audet and Chloe Latanzi, who is Olivia Newton-John's daughter, and we'll be working on a song together, a little, woman duo. So that's going to be something to look forward to. And I have just new music coming out and rolling out in the rest of this year, and also in the new year. And as far as shows in the New York and New England area, yes, that is coming. That's coming down the rose bush.
What exactly is Olivia Newton-John's daughter like? I mean, how old is she?
She's in her late 30s.
Oh yeah.
I haven't physically met her yet. We've just been texting, but yeah, just very nice. Like she and I have just had this this instant like click and connection over text and Instagram message. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what the in-person dynamic is like.
Well, that's cool. Nothing
Yeah.
like meeting, iconic people.
Yeah.
Olivia Newton-John. I mean, unfortunately, she's no longer with us, but
Sandra D.
yeah, imagine that.
Xanadu.
Were you there the night in Vegas we met the guy who did Grease on Broadway?
Was I only met the Prince and the Michael Jackson dude, but I didn't. I
I'm
don't think
forgetting his name, but he was Danny Zuko in Grease on Broadway. He was the original, and he was supposed to be in the movie, and they gave it to John Travolta. But this guy had a great career. He's been in a lot of TV projects. He was recently, he was saying how he's still good friends with William Shatner because he was on that TV series Hooperman.
Okay.
So that's really, really cool. I'm glad you're getting to meet all these stars. With both would be on Mob King premiere tomorrow. Wish both would be. Oh, well, I can't go. Are you going?
No,
I was
won't.
going to try.
I was gonna try too, but this recording project conflicted. But I know that Sarah's gonna be indoctrinating everyone with my music videos on the big screen. So
That is hot.
that's gonna be great.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I
And
ho-
he said the exact word. He said indoctrinate.
This is just great news.
Yeah.
Folks, like we said in the beginning of the show, one of the coolest projects out there. I call Ciro the new James Bond. That's just my opinion. I mean, I know my place in the food chain, so if he plays James Bond, I could be the guy who makes the bombs, or the guy who works the computer or some shit like that. But
Shaken, not stirred.
yeah, whatever. He could be the new James Bond, and we could be the other people, or you could be one of those, hot, gorgeous women that
The Bond
he
girls.
gets shot at by.
Oh yeah.
You could be a Bond girl.
The Bond girl. Yeah. Well,
I could be a Bond girl. I could use my character Michelle. Hi, Ciro. Hello there. Look, you're blushing. Ah! I would like to hear another song. Can I put you on the spot again?
yeah, you can put me on.
One of my favorite songs that Stevie Nicks sings, and you don't have to do this one, but you could do another one if you want. The Gypsy? Is it called The Gypsy?
Gypsy. I know that song. But I don't personally know it or do it.
You know what song I mean?
Yeah, I have an idea of what you're talking about.
At the end of the song, that guy plays the most incredible guitar riff. I don't even know how he does that. Who's your favorite artist?
Oh, like it's all based off of mood and it's all subjective. Like if I'm in the mood, I'll listen to this, or if I'm in this mood, I'll listen to this. But favorite artist,
Like, if you really had everything you've ever wanted,
right?
who would you be like?
Who would I be like?
I used to say De Niro.
I could see that.
Now I say Rodney Dangerfield.
I could also see that.
But these are icons, and they're people who I thought were great. If I was a rock and roll star, I'd want to be Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
I just can't believe he writes the amount of songs he writes.
The artist that I would align myself with, and people have compared me to her, is Kylie Minogue.
I don't know who that is.
Can't get you out of my head.
Oh.
Yeah, no. Yeah, she's from Australia.
Oh, wow.
So,
You like that?
yeah, because she has that, like, that tasteful, sexy, classy, dance pop image, which I'm trying to, hold on to and keep that going.
You just said the words hold on to, and all of a sudden I thought of, I just watched her documentary on the plane, 15 hours fucking from Dubai. She's from New Jersey, from Newark, New Jersey. She passed away at 45.
Oh,
Shit. She sang the national anthem. Was probably the best one ever.
Whitney?
Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something. You sing any Whitney Houston songs? That's Crazy High.
Yeah, it's I haven't wrestled those songs yet. Maybe when I do this wrestling movie, I'll be able to do it.
How about Sinatra and Liza Minnelli,
Oh,
Dean
yeah.
Martin?
Yeah, all of those classics, all of those evergreen artists that will be iconic until time's end.
You like Bruce?
Bruce, yeah. Yeah.
I like Bruce. I like U2.
You too. Oh, so good.
Who did you mention before that you're friends with? And I could have sworn you said Modern English, maybe?
Yes.
Depeche Mode? Who?
No, Modern English.
Modern English.
Yeah. My social media guy does their
So your
media,
social media manager does the social media for Depeche Mode.
for Modern English.
Modern English.
Yes.
What was the biggest Modern English hit?
Melt.
No, it was something else. How's Melt go?
I'll stop the world and melt
Oh,
with you.
that's called Melt?
Yeah,
I'll melt with you.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so stupid. It's the greatest 80s song of all time. I'm going to show you a sizzle reel that we created using that song.
Mm-hmm.
It's you watch it and it's like good. Then you put that song in, it's 10 times as good.
It just
the
amplifies
music.
it.
I'll stop the world, I melt with you. That is like the greatest altar call. So look, everybody's saying melt with you.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I didn't know. She said melt. Is it melt or melt with you?
Melt. Yeah. Avoid a farm girl with a bucket of water. You don't want to melt.
So do you know the band or just the guy who does the social media?
I just met the band last Friday at Zebulon. They were performing, and
Holy shit, is it the same lead singer from back in the day?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I always wonder if it's the original guys. Where is everybody? What happened?
I
The
know.
one-hit wonders.
Are they clones? Are they like?
I remember when that song came out, boy, we were all on the Jersey Shore wearing neon clothes, Jordache jeans, wearing Paco Rabanne. Oh, the good old days. Okay, so what do we got? I'm looking for some questions from my guest today, and everybody's putting in some statements. Let's get some questions so we can get going here.
Yeah.
It's getting late,
Yeah,
and we got to go get some food.
Yeah, some question marks.
Questions.
Questions. Like how many, when, where, how, why,
When can we
When?
see you?
when can we see you?
All right, let's do this. We're going to do another shout out to my sponsor, and then we're going to see if we can't get a closing song. If my guest would be so kind to do one more, could you?
Oh,
You come up with whatever you want.
I'm feeling kind today.
You are?
Yes.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get going, thank you so much to my incredible new sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, Minuteman Press. They're in Clark, New Jersey. They are a full-service printing and mailing and marketing design firm. I'm wearing one of the shirts that they create. You can get these shirts at MikeMarino.net, and if you would like them to make some shirts for you and your company or your band or whatever you got going on, just mention my name. You'll get 10% off by giving them a call at 908-857-4644 or send them an email, nj213@minutemanpress.com. Ask for Jim, ask for his son Seamus. They're at 1120 Raritan Road in Clark, New Jersey. Look them up. I think we've seen a question here. Rewind. I asked you a couple of questions. Ask them again. Somebody just told me to rewind.
Something came in.
What
right
kind
here.
of film projects do you want to do as well? That's for you.
What film projects? I've always wanted to be a Bond girl. Like I really have. So, yeah, I think The Little Mermaid is out the door for me. So, yeah.
I want to be the Little Mermaid.
Yeah, I'm not tan enough to be the Little Mermaid. But yeah, a Bond girl or just like a Atomic Blonde, like the Charlize Theron movie, or Salt, the Angelina Jolie movie. But and then what other roles like?
I want to do horror movies. I want to
Yeah.
get chopped up.
Yeah, I want to do those too, just not the ones where my head spins. 'Cause
Scariest movie of all time.
I know, I walked out.
Ugh.
I had to walk out of that one. I'm like,
Exorcist is the all-time scariest
couldn't-
movie. Never going to be beaten.
yeah, no.
Do you know what she did?
Yeah. But yeah, like action movies, 'cause I know I can be agile and and I can do that. Comedies too.
I think you could do some funny stuff. I'm gonna have to hand you a microphone, get you up there and start doing some jokes. Look at this. I'm a huge Bond fan. Watched all the Bond movies all throughout the '80s. Yep. Well, she's gonna be a Bond girl. Maybe we could do the comedy version of Bond.
We could do
I'm
that.
Bond, James Bond. That's all I know.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the question. Will you be able to do oh, it's questions for me. Yes, Anthony, I will do that. When I get on stage to perform this coming weekend in Long Island, I will do something special for you and your family. It's not a problem. Right now, why don't you ask my guest a nice question so that we can end this show on a great song?
Oh.
Favorite Bond guy and girl? Oh, I guess that's us.
Oh. Mine. This is so, because I have three favorites. I like Roger Moore, I like Sean Connery, and then I also like Daniel Craig. So, and then as far as Bond girl goes, I like Honey Rider. She was good.
I don't even know who that is. I'm from the old school. Sean Connery was the best.
Yeah.
The guy I was telling you about that I opened for Vibrato, Robert Davi was the star in License to Kill. And he was named one of the worst, most evil bad guys in all the Bond films. So, and he's one of the nicest guys you ever met, but I wouldn't mess with him. All right. The one from Dr. No, iconic beach scene. I love these questions.
Yeah.
King Cosme, how you doing? All right. Well, listen, we got to get going, folks. But I would like to close with a song. We're going to close on a song if we could do that, right?
Yeah.
So tell everybody where they can find you on the internet.
You can find me at KendraErika.com, Facebook.com/KendraErikaMusic, at Instagram at KendraErika, TikTok at KendraErika, and just Google me.
Thank you so much. Oh, wait. I can't wait to see you in Cherry Pickers, Kendra. Oh, that's Sharon Pfeiffer.
Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Fairy godmother. Oops. Did I just spill?
Hey, you're spilling the beans.
I'm spilling the beans.
They're all lucky. They're going to be at that premiere tomorrow night.
Yes.
Don't forget, folks, if you're in Miami, go to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Catch the movie premiere of Mob King. You'll have a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of celebrities. They're all going to be there. Who's Ursula?
Ursula.
Is that a question?
Ursula. Oh, because I said Little Mermaid's out the door for me.
Oh.
So she said Ursula. No, I'm not going to be Ursula.
Well, listen, folks, we're going to get going. Big shout out to my sponsor, Minutemen Press. Thank you so much. You can look them up also on the internet at www.westfield, NJ Minuteman Press. And thank you to our sponsor, our producer, Tatiana Blueshell, for always making sure that this is really great. Didn't you enjoy meeting them?
Oh,
they're really, really great.
They're just so
The
down to
genius team of people that produce and direct everything that I do. If you're wondering where I'm going to be in the next couple of months, folks, please go to www.mikemarino.net and check out the tour. This weekend, for the Memorial Day weekend, I will be at Governor's Comedy Club in Levittown, Long Island on Friday night, and on Saturday night, I will be at the Belmore location, and that's also the Governor's Comedy Club. So just go on their websites and you'll get to see what's going on. You could see us all the time on my YouTube channel, Mike Marino Live. You can also listen to us on iTunes, Google, Spotify, Anchor, and Italian American Radio in New York City. All right? Everything else, you know where to find us. We got to get going. Remember, let's make America Italian again, shall we? You don't know nothing, you don't see nothing, and you don't say nothing. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts? By always saying the same thing with my guest. Don't take no shit from nobody.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
In this camera?
Yeah, in this camera.
Ready?
Okay.
Don't take no shit from nobody. We could do it better. Let's do it
Yeah.
again. Ready? It's don't take no shit from
Don't
nobody.
take, okay.
Yeah. Ready? Don't take no shit from nobody. Bye. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.